Aiden Barnes, and Jackie LaFleur. Hi.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Great. I have hard copies reproduced of what's stated here with references from the legitimate sources. Let me know when I time out how I can go about getting these documents to you.
She can give those to her, and
All
she'll
right, great.
hand those out. Thank you, Jeff.
All right. The threshold metric of 3% for ending the mask mandate is unrealistic. PCR testing can yield up to 90% misleading positives because the cycle threshold scans, or CT scans, are at high amplifications of 37 to 40 cycles, which detect dead genetic fragments of a non-contagious virus, then recorded as case positives. Patients with CT scans above 33 to 34 are not contagious, and 37 to 40 CT is at over 1 trillion times the amplification necessary. Also, rapid antigen testing has been demonstrated to yield false positives that sometimes second tests are even needed. Over the 4 months of October through January, Pinellas average case positivity skyrocketed up 72%, while case hospitalization rates dropped 50% and case fatality rates dropped 32% over the same 4-month time frame prior to the vaccine rollout, prior to the vaccine. If this 4-month 72% case positive spike was of those truly infected with a contagious virus, then it's logical to conclude that there would also be dramatic spikes in hospitalizations and deaths, since there was no mass vaccination program for those 4 months. This suggests that PCR testing at CT scans above 34 or other testing methods are generating the misleading positives on a majority, as already stated. Remedies could be CT scans below 34, or stop testing people that aren't sick and require a second test from different manufacturers to confirm positives, or use case hospitalization rates as the threshold. Johns Hopkins University has demonstrated that higher population density is not linked with higher COVID numbers. Manatee lifted their mask mandate October 2020, and the 7-day case positivity over the past 7 months has averaged under 1% higher than that of Pinellas, under 1%. It has taken masked Pinellas 7 months to finally catch down to and get to a slightly lower case hospitalization rate than no mask Manatee. This makes it evident that the Pinellas mask policy is of no effect when comparing the stats with that of Manatee. The mask mandate should therefore end because Pinellas residents' quality of life is being infringed upon with an ineffective intervention. This now proven ineffective policy causes businesses and schools to, in turn, cause impairments to students and employees' major life events and major bodily functions as outlined in the American Disabilities Act. These include eating, walking, speaking, breathing, learning, concentrating, communicating, working, and functions of the immune system, neurological, brain, and respiratory functions. Dr. Cho talked about how there was a policy associated with lower COVID numbers. What about when the COVID numbers upturn? You know, and I'm seeing there's a Carnegie Mellon database that shows mask compliance. And so there's been 90% mask compliance across the board, across the county for a while. And we see them going up. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Steve Roberts, Arthur Mackwell, Gary LaFleur, Aiden Barnes,